We're not up. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, now we're up here. Thank God. Let's just check if we got sound this time, guys. Give us a moment.
Yeah, it's not gone through yet anyway. There's a delay, isn't there? So it'll be a second.
Yeah, I had to change to the other OBS, so there's delay on this one. I should be able to do something about that, right?
I have no idea. I'm very lost.
It's okay. No, I did
Oh,
change
I
it.
think we're live. Wait a
Yeah.
second. Okay, I have sound.
Oh, do we now?
Yeah, we have sound. Do I have sound though?
One moment. Do.
Yes.
Can you hear me as well? Yes, I can
Yeah.
hear myself. Yay, here we go. First try. Well done, Rory. High five. Yeah, nice. Oh my God, we're
Nice
so
one.
good.
We're so
Pros at
smooth.
this. Already the fourth time. Can you believe it, pros? God, I have to stop. I'm desperate.
Okay.
What is it called though? Does it have the right name?
Yeah, it's the right name. Uh,
All
we
right.
just nailed that first time, guys. So don't worry. We're all here. This is
Yes.
the first time you've ever seen us on the stream today. I'm
Total.
Rory.
To- okay, I have to stop. And I'm Dennis, also known as Beast, Destroyer of Worlds. See, they worked much better when I said it the first time, Rory.
It did. It really did. Okay. So what are we talking about today, B?
Oh, I don't know. What are we talking about, Rory? No, it's fine. I have to stop.
Uh,
I keep saying. So what are you been up to lately, Rory? We didn't just talk about that already 5 minutes ago.
okay. So basically,
Uh-huh.
I have got a new job, Beast.
Oh, have you now? Tell me all about this new job.
I shall tell you all about it.
I
I haven't
cannot
told
wait.
you
I'm
yet.
sitting at the edge of my seat now.
Basically, I work in what you could say is a pub/restaurant.
Oh yeah, please talk like that the rest of the podcast. I will love this.
And it's a lot bigger than it looks. It's almost like the TARDIS.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I did an improvised TARDIS joke before, but we're not gonna do that again.
No, we're not doing that
It's
again. We've
gone,
got
Rory.
it
Just
gone.
let it go.
It's all gone. Oh, I'm
Also,
so
I'm bearing
sad.
the TARDIS. It's been said. He also mentioned
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
we
This is
just.
just recap. We're just recapping it.
Yes.
And that's because there's loads of little rooms you don't ever see, like the cellar and upstairs is massive. That's the kitchen. And there's a keg room where you fill up all the kegs and you put them on tap, and that's where you pour your lovely beers from, which Beast is a big fan of.
Beer.
People have to come and travel and try some of the beers from the pub.
I mean, I'm planning to. I keep say. I was like fantasizing about like last night. It
Oh
sounds
yeah,
much more romantic than that
yeah.
was
I was gonna
supposed to
say.
be, but I mean, you
This
know
is
me.
really
I just
exciting.
like put like a nice bubble bath on and some red wine. I just sat there
Oh, I'm ready.
fantasizing about the beers and you. No, I was
I'm
like
ready,
thinking
mate.
about even though we have a job, I could totally like go there and just hang out at the bar all day, just drinking. I have an Airbnb and something and live there.
I'm down. Get your tickets right now. What else were we saying? We were saying about
No, that's
your
fine.
life.
My life, well, I'm
What have you
dealing.
been doing recently, Beast?
I've been trying to play some CS again, but I'm still dealing with my shoulders and my back, probably both related.
What's my
Uh,
posture?
mm, I mean, I always had a bad back,
Yeah,
uh, partly because of my posture, I'm sure, but
yeah.
it might be something else. It might be my ADHD medicine. So I
Hmm.
basically told my doctor and my psychiatrist that if it haven't got better before the 1st of October, I have to like try and go off from that from like for some time from the October 1st, yeah.
Right.
Just to see if that's actually where it comes from, because I was like searching on the internet, which you should always be careful about if you're like giving yourself medical advice. But basically, when I searched my specific brand called Elvanse in Danish,
Mhm.
um, it people in Norway on forums and America was like talking about it. Some of them would have the same symptoms as me, as in the muscles would either hurt or feel very stiff. And that's like
Right.
basically what I've been going through with my shoulders. If I like I feel like if I don't constantly like move them, they start to hurt after a bit.
Didn't you stand
Uh,
up and stretch at one point and it really hurt or something?
yes, did not help. I'm sure that was related to the stiffness, because
Yeah.
I had like a very long stream, and then I remember my lovely friend, which is named Sam, which is a girl, but she's called Sam. I mean, I don't get it, but
Wow.
I swear to God, she is a girl, even though she's named Sam. Um,
Samantha.
sure, I don't have time for the full name. I'm in a hurry here. I'm like, just look at me
He lived his
go.
life in the fast lane.
Yes, cute little biscuit song, I
Um,
guess. So and I thought to myself, oh yeah, Sam, she's smart and she stretches and she's pretty fit because she works out, trying to become
yeah.
this very good pro player in CS. She said, I thought to myself, Sam says I should stretch. So what I did after that, sitting down for like 18 hours, like I just stretched my hand up and it just like, all the way up. It just popped all the way up, and it was after that,
It's
like
so satisfying.
after that, I could barely like get a soda to my face. It was it was completely
Oh
destroyed.
no.
But I already had
God.
problems prior to that. They all started so subtle, and people that we
Mhm.
played with used to like laugh at me because I was like, my right hand or my left hand is not doing what it's supposed to. Something's off, and it's like it started so subtle, and then it just grew and grew, and then I just not play because my hand can literally not like be comfortable with the keyboard. And even
No,
though
I get what you mean. Like just like a tiny thing just throwing you off, and when you're in pain, it's even worse. I
yeah,
can imagine,
the,
honestly.
and the thing is, we wasn't even pain to begin with. To begin with, it was almost like paranoia. It was, is it all in my head? I
Right.
don't know. That's what I mean by it being so subtle. But yeah, we will see if I'm trying to do some back exercises now and trying to build some muscles in this area. Maybe one day we'll like
Good
look
beast
Rory.
coming soon.
I mean,
Oh.
no. I mean, I wish. Uh, I think my prime was when I was like 15. It's and,
He was
appa-
absolutely shredded.
and apparently the 6 months from that famous picture of me laying in the bed with the cats, where apparently I just like look super sexy, but I'm just tired. I can barely keep my eyes open. So,
It is a famous picture, to be honest. The
yes,
world knows about it.
that and all the memes of me that
Talking
just.
about the world knowing about things, Beast has been featuring on several of the ESL streams.
Oh, that's true.
In his recliner.
No, I'm
What
the
do you think
recliner
about that?
guy.
Yeah, I've seen some tweets. Do you want to tell people about the tweets?
Oh, that's sorry.
I've seen some tweets from some professional players about you, Beast, saying how much they love the recliner
I
guy.
mean, I am a very lovable guy and famously modest as well. So you know,
What made you think of going on there?
I mean, I just wanted like to be on to be on the stream, I guess, and I have the
Yeah.
setup and everything, and I can literally like sit with my chair there and just look at my TV. That's the second one. There we go. Uh,
Oh
oh,
my
that's
god. That's a flex for the day.
so I literally just sitting in front of there, and then they started commenting on me, and they just loved me, and it just been going on like every stream, every time I show up, they just seems to be commenting on me.
Is there like a certain waiting list that you get on with it, or do you just literally get in every single time?
I had a hard time the first time, but that's what I thought. It was only one channel. As soon as like one room fills up, that's just another one. Then the casters or
Um,
whatever the producers who does that can pick what to show, which seems to be completely random. I mean, we're trying like to be like, hey, you have lesser delay than us. When they win, and we gotta take a word for it, then we all gotta be like, yay! Like, or else we cheer like with 20 seconds intervals. It doesn't work. And then even if we do that, but it seems like we have the timing down right, then it just shows
yeah.
us just sitting staring at the screen like 7 rounds ago. It's
I saw it. I saw it.
yeah.
You just like drinking like a cup of tea like halfway through a round. I was like, wait, what's that? Wait,
Yeah, and that's why I know how long ago it is. I can pinpoint it. It's so stupid, but yeah.
Yeah, because I saw you and Sam actually on there. I think at one point.
Yeah,
I think both of you.
she was there the former time and today as well.
Mm. Let's
We
go Godsend.
was
Let's go
watching
Godsend.
yes, God sends our heroes, yes, Lord
Big
and
up.
Saviors, sent from
Yampy
God.
couldn't stop them. Yampy could not stop them.
Oh, and he tried so very hard.
Yeah.
but he's not sent from God, the blasphemer himself, So
I like that. What else do we want to talk about today, Beast?
I mean, we never really finished with you talk about your job and how. Well, I guess we did, but we got a segue too with that poor segue in history. That sounds like it was a mistake, but nah, we're just gonna roll with it. How has your ADHD affected your job, if any, Rory?
Okay, so
Aha.
when trying to concentrate on things in like a high intensity scenario,
Yeah.
um, that can be difficult. But so maybe sometimes I'll walk up from like a table and I'll forget something. I'll come back like 15 minutes later. I was like, oh no, I should have done that. Oh no, oh no, oh
Like, can you give an example? What did you feel like you did wrong?
no. So I will go up to the pass, which is upstairs. That's where you like collect all the plates from with
Yeah.
food on them, and then you'll take them downstairs, and then I'll come up, and then I'll forget where I was taking them, and I'll have to come back upstairs again, and then I have
Oh.
to check where they're going. And I go back down the stairs, and I come back upstairs. I'm like, where am I going again? And it's just a little bit of a loop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but sometimes it's really good because I have loads of energy to expel on doing all kinds of things. So like running up and downstairs, I can fly up the stairs like an absolute madman. And
Yes, like 10 times.
everyone's like, "Why are you stressing out? Why are you running?" I was like, "Because I want to." And I'm just like flying up the stairs. I'm trying to think of some other occasions. I think it was that one day when I was one of my colleagues is really hard to work with,
Okay.
just because she doesn't communicate very much, um, and that's kind of hard in a job where you need to know what's going on all the time.
Yeah.
Um, Especially when you're dealing with people's food and money that's coming through.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you get everything right. And she's just there, just not communicating with me. I'm like, oh no, please communicate with me.
And, there,
Ah,
and there's not
and
like any subtle like hints or things you visual that would lead you on. It has to be verbal.
uh, I mean, I kind of have to. Yeah, there is stuff you can look at,
Okay.
or I can look at on the thing. So there's like little kind of checks you get, like with all the different foods and stuff like that. But
Okay.
just communication needs to be there.
Okay. Okay. It it's
Yeah.
it sounds like though all comes down to like concentration, and yeah,
Yes.
it has to be said that Rory is very new to him. We were both pretty sure he has ADHD. It seems
Beast is very sharp.
it seems like the easiest diagnosis ever, but the thing is, you haven't had an actual diagnosis from a professional.
Yeah.
When you finally try to get one, which of course once you start, it still takes time to get one. But then COVID happened,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, yeah,
Hopefully in the next couple of months I can sort something, but we'll see.
yeah. I mean, it seems to me that it
The
all
job, the job helps anyway, to be honest, because then I've got something to focus on.
yes, and
Do you
it's
know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and you're being put in situations where you can deal with it, and then yeah, get what is it called? The bleh.
The correct
I know you're just getting English is hard.
English is really
Not
hard.
knowledge, but when you
Strength, integrity. Um,
just throw words at me. Something will stick eventually, beast. It's okay. I got you.
no. What else can we say about that? I'm working alongside
Experience. That's the word. That's the word.
experience. There you go. You found it. You found it. Eventually.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Now, what it seems to me like you just yeah, I guess yeah, you do get experience of that, but you need some way to like to get more concentration and you need some tools to when the situation happen that it makes you not panic and
Yeah.
have something for you to like grab onto.
Hmm.
Um, I looked some things up earlier, like very shortly, and stuff like breathing exercises and like very short meditation that you could do in like in your breaks, or
Yep.
simply if you like get to a point, okay, this is as soon as I get out of this situation, I need to go over and like sit down for
Have a
like
walk
5 minutes.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was like breathing exercises and yeah, meditation maybe, and a 5 minute walk, drink a glass of water.
Yeah.
Though,
That's what we used to do in gaming, wasn't it? We used to like take a break and go for a walk or something.
oh yeah, I mean because that's so much input, right? And all the blue lights
Yeah.
doesn't help as well. But yeah, sometimes you just need to get away because our brain is there might be a lot of energy there, but it's also limited energy. It's like it's basically Son Goku and his Kaioken. He's using a lot of energy at once. And we have the same amount of energy as you guys, but it depletes very
Look,
fast.
I just made this while I was working as
Oh,
well.
see, it's like the easiest diagnose ever. Look at that.
Do you not like it? It's like a little. It's like a
No,
little
it's just the
yeah.
fact that it's why we started had this talk is doing that and then showing it so me that I'm being super proud.
I'm so proud of my tuft of grass. um, what else do you want to touch on?
I mean, I was gonna finish that quickly. So basically, what was it exactly I googled because it was ADHD and it was ADHD at work.
Was it really?
Yes, because
That's
I
so
brought
weird.
exercise in to begin with, and that was like.
No, 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 no.
I mean,
Just want to do some squats at work.
I mean, it's super important, but it's not in my head. Exercise also is like something you exercise, not only like running or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like something you do repeatedly, but whatever. But ADHD at work. If you search that, the top results gonna give you like a few hints, just to what can help you concentrate, basically, because it goes through some of the same things as well.
Mhm.
And I will also absolutely be like you, panicking. I was with a friend in Switzerland,
Yeah.
like 1.5 years ago, well, former summer, previous summer.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's not true. It's actually like 2 years ago in Belgium, and I think wasn't it? No, it was Germany. No, no, it was in Germany. 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. It was a
It was
summer.
in a place somewhere in Europe.
Uh, yeah, yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
outside. And I had to go get a cream, and she said the word she
Cream?
should. Yeah, I needed some cream that day. Okay, get over it. And I wanted it from the body shop.
Right.
Yes, and she said words to me that I took very little. She says, "Oh, it's okay, but hurry."
Oh no. Oh
Yes.
dear me.
So I went.
Postage racing.
See, it didn't seem like that to me, but my friend explained to me later that it's. I was literally shouting at her because.
Oh no.
Yes,
Oh no.
because she was like, "Is this one? Oh, that's one. It's supposed to be green and blah blah blah." But he changed the labels. I don't know. It was the right one.
Oh, I see.
But I was
Oh
in my head. I
no.
was talking fast, but also talking loud apparently. So it just sounded like I was shouting at this
Yelling at
poor
someone.
woman that just tried to help me because apparently I was in a hurry.
Oh dear. That's a great story. I haven't heard this one before.
And there's loads of those. I don't
Oh.
usually. I mean, when we just play and hang out with people, that's not the story I will go to.
No. The Beast Archives. You can go through the Beast Archives.
I mean, I'm sure we will over the millions of podcasts we will surely do, right?
Oh yes.
Yes, yes. Insert coin here for Beast Archive.
Oh, I've just had an idea. It's fine though. I'll write it down.
Actually, you should
Right.
do that. Also at work, always write things down. I assume
Wait,
you
oh,
do that.
oh, I'll
I
tell you
mean,
something even more funny. Did
okay,
I tell
go on.
you? Did I tell you what was happening in the night?
I mean, partying, am I
If,
right?
even if I no no no
Okay.
not this. Okay, not that part. Basically, I'd come home from a shift. I go to sleep, and I'd wake up thinking that I forgot to take someone's order.
Yeah.
I'd wake up and be like, oh, I forgot to take the order, no! And then I'd look around and be like, oh, I'm in my bedroom. I'm in my bedroom. It's fine. And
Oh,
I go back to sleep and I couldn't sleep for ages. And then when I got back to sleep, I dream about taking their order and getting it wrong. And I wake up again, I was like, no, I've screwed their order up.
I
But I'm still in bedroom.
I've heard that a trick to that, if you do that, is writing down what you're supposed to do, right? So I guess if you take his order when you wake up, that should work.
Wait, so is that a common thing?
Not with the order thing. That just make it funny. But literally, if you think that, oh, I have to do something tomorrow, then you literally
Yeah.
write it down. Because I think if you have trouble with sleeping and you have to
Mm.
do something tomorrow, you literally need to get your shit together the night before, because else you wake up at night and think, oh no, I have to do those things. I have to get back to sleep, and then you won't sleep. Also, another trick is if you cannot fall asleep and it's been like 15 to 10 minutes, get
Yeah.
up, because it's not gonna happen. I meant
Yeah.
15 to 20 minutes. 10 minutes is a bit. But yeah, 15 to 20 minutes. If you haven't fallen asleep, just get up and do something, whatever. Take a short walk, take a warm shower or some calming tea. But it most likely won't happen if you just lay there. So
I
yeah.
never thought about that. To be fair, I never thought about it like that.
I mean, I
Unless
literally
it's
had
like
to.
really hot and warm in bed.
I mean, I have trouble sleeping as well, and that's things I either learned from friends, or I just had to look up and learn. Um,
Yeah.
this one particular is actually from my other podcast I used to listen to, but it's no more. It was very good
I
though.
used to try and listen to those sleeping podcasts, but they do not. They don't work. I
We
swear
can.
they don't work.
What about? Oh yeah, I tried as well. I tried like something that's common for me is like rain falling on a window, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
but not
I think
like
it's
a
funny.
like a tilbit, like a door, like sorry, like a car, or like a ceiling window, you know.
You say Tilby? Was that a Danish word coming through?
It sounded Swedish. Is that what's my accent? I've noticed
Tilby.
from watching a previous podcast that my pronunciation isn't as good as it has been.
No, I liked it. It sounded great.
Nice, nailed it, I guess.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, those things, what from my experience, only work sometimes. It don't work every time.
Mm,
So if you start working, just again give up and do something else.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, so that's literally. I guess again in that situation, just take the order. I guess just write something down.
Yeah.
Um, so
Well,
yeah,
it might not even be an hour that actually occurred today, but I'll just wake up thinking I've forgotten something. I'm like, damn it, forgotten
yeah.
that.
It's too bad because that
And,
situation, there's really nothing you can do, is it? Oh, okay.
and also like for like a solid like 30 seconds, I'll actually think that I'm not dreaming. I'll be set in like pitch black, like, oh no, I forgot their order. And then I'm like, wait. Rory, it's fine. You're not at work anymore. You're at home. You've been away from work for a solid 4 hours. It's fine.
I saw this. You remember the Naked Gun movies?
Yes.
Yes, all those. It also made one in the 90s where the front cover is like a cow with like boots on. And there's this.
Okay.
It's actually with Val Kilmer. It's the same creators as those movies, but this one is with Val Kilmer. And there's this one time when they get captured by Nazis and they start beating him, and he like passes out and goes to a dream. It's like, oh my god, I'm late to the math test. I'm late to the math test. And then one guy's like, no, the math test is already over and already over. And it's like, no! And then he wakes up and like, oh my god, I'm still getting tortured. Thank God. And he couldn't be happier.
Oh, that sounds great. What's
It
it
got.
called? The film?
It's called Plö. Top Secret. Top
Travel
Secret.
Boots. Top
Top
Secret.
Secret. Is the movie. Again, we cannot get into the movie talk. I just had that one thing because it was
Okay,
related to it.
Oh, I see the cows. Sorry, I see the
Yeah,
cows.
it's got some good scenes in it, but it's not like consistently funny as the airplane or the police squad, isn't it? What's it called? It's
Y-
I think it is.
yeah.
With Leslie Nielsen, those movies. Where he's a
Uh,
cop, isn't it? Again, we keep going back to movies.
Sorry,
We just
I
learn
meant,
to it. We both do it.
what should we go to next? Please tell me.
Naked
Sorry.
Gun. That's the one. Naked Gun.
Okay, next we go.
Okay.
What are we going to talk about next?
I mean, we literally talked
What have we
about.
got written down?
Good thing I took that screenshot I lost. uh, yeah, that's basically it. So we can actually continue with the movie talk. No. Honestly, if do we even have any viewers? Because if there's anyone who also have ADHD or autism,
We could just ask people in our Snapchat group if they got any questions, and then we can talk about them.
Adden, I feel like doesn't matter.
I've got a missed call from you.
Yeah, I know you didn't pick up. Right.
Why? You
Um,
called the group as well. Sorry. Okay.
yes.
Um,
So yeah.
now what?
No,
You want me to?
oh yeah, you had some questions. So you had something, didn't you?
I took something.
Throw me with your took gun.
Okay, so
Throw me
I feel
with
like
your
these are
took gun.
very open
What the
ones.
fuck did I just try to say? Hit me with a rhythm stick. And because you said that, that turned into
Hit me with your tuck gun.
hook me with your, with your what was it?
Tuck gun.
What's wrong with me? Stop me. Please, go on.
um, we'll go into we'll go into the movies then. Okay.
Yeah,
I've got these are very open questions. I feel like, but we'll just go through them.
alright.
Are there any kinds of movies you dislike?
Oh, you
If
literally make
so,
questions. Okay, I thought you make
if
topics.
so, what kinds?
Oh my god.
I feel like you said you didn't like horror movies. Or am I wrong?
Well, funny story.
Am I wrong?
Now the thing is that I used to collect horror movies as a kid because
Right.
because as a 6-year-old, my two lovely cousins said to me, "Oh, baby beast, you should totally watch this movie that's on tonight." It's like, okay, I'll do that, Daddy. Like, oh,
Oh my
and he
god.
was like, "Little baby beast, I don't think you should watch it." Oh no, no, no. Cousin 1 and 2, they said you should watch this movie. And like, okay. And I guess shortly after he got split up with my mom, I guess, so he was having me on his own. So I don't know if he was
Yeah.
just trying to let me do whatever I wanted, but it was a poor choice.
Oh
Um,
no.
and what the movie was called is It with Tim Curry.
It.
Yes,
Yep.
not the new
I've
one
heard.
because I'm old.
No,
It's
no, no, the
the
old
original
one.
one. It was only like the first 3 minutes, but they're like horrifying to a little child. It's like, oh, is that a clown? Oh, it literally starts with a child getting like chased down and eaten off camera, I guess.
Oh my god.
Yes,
And so little
and
baby Beast was watching this.
yes, and little baby bee screamed, and
Oh no.
like my dad turned it off, and like till I was like 11, I was like scared. And we used to have these wooden stairs, and every time I would flush, I would just run
God.
down the stairs like the loudest thing ever because I don't know why I thought he would not come out while I was my most vulnerable sitting on the toilets, but apparently I thought he would come as soon as I flushed.
So you just flush and run.
Yes, like run.
Oh my god, that's
Uh,
amazing.
so when I was around 11, I started collecting horror movies because I had it, and
You conquered your fears.
I mean, it took a while. I'll admit it, but I basically became numb for a while for that. I mean, I could get scared these days. I mean, these days I just make everything like super black, like all the windows that cover them, and oh, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
see a horror movie because I'm gonna get scared, and then I'm like, oh, god, I had to sleep in half an hour, and I'm scared, so I have to stop
Oh, that's
sometimes. So
brilliant.
I can
That's
absolutely
brilliant.
get scared, but I conquered my fear back then. So yeah,
Yeah.
I collected horror movies for years, and I was like into like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. The Halloween movies I was very much
Ooh,
into. I loved uh, John Carpenter back then and his music. I didn't know he made the music himself back then, but I
right.
was very much into it. I even had a chance, like back in 2015, I believe, to meet him in Copenhagen.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, he toured with his band, but he
Oh
basically
my god.
play music from his movies.
Oh.
Um, but I asked at the venue, supposed to be, are you able to get like autographs afterwards? It's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, that's just your job, but whatever. Um, so I decided to save my money, but I should have gone because he's like my hero, and I'd probably never get that chance again. But
We will find John Carpenter. We will go to him. We will find him.
that
We're
sounds
gonna
like
find
big,
where he
like a
is.
threat.
No, it's just a bit stalky, that's all.
Yeah, so yeah, but
Um,
eventually I got bored with horror movies because we after like 2000 the horror movies just hit a slump, and
yeah.
there was very far in between it. So I used to like
They all
I,
became very samey.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the Scream movies
Long time ago.
they like brought back horror movies after the 80s because it became super campy and in Danish we call it like a splatter, basically a lot of gore and blood, right? And that was
Right.
like the
Yeah.
thing, and you basically cheered on the killer. I mean, there was a few horror movies in like the 90s, like from '92, Silence of the Lambs, that basically won like all the Oscars
Yeah.
that year,
Yeah.
and
I've
that
seen
that
that.
was but they basically died down. Then Scream brought it back, and everyone like copied sort of the Scream movies. And
Hmm.
then something like The Grudge and
Oh, The Grudge.
insert
I like The
another
Grudge.
PG-13 horror movie here, right? Um, yeah, I was just bored that it wasn't really scary because they just wanted kids in the theater.
Yeah.
Um, but like there's been far in between it, so it never really stopped. But like in the past like 5 years, I feel like there's been a lot of good horror movies, like
Yeah.
The Witch, something called It Follows, which is super scary. Yeah, it's fucking scary. I'm not gonna really spoil anything, but it's basically um, it's basically you have sex with someone, and that's one. It's like have a curse that's being the ghost would follow it. Like it would only like walk,
What?
but it would walk at a slow pace. If you just run, you would get away from it, but it will follow, and it will always. So suddenly it will just be there. You might have been you've been maybe driving for a week, and then for the next month you're just fine till it's just suddenly fucking there, and no fucking force in the universe can stop it. And it sounds like
Oh
super
my
funny,
god.
but it's actually super scary. Even though you see it coming, it's yeah. I
I have to
actually
watch it then.
it's very good. It's not only
Yeah.
like entertaining horror movie. It's just a very good movie. I
Is
liked
it an
it.
American one?
Yes, it has to be with that premise. I feel like teenager sex. Yes, it absolutely must be. Um, but yeah, that's and there's many more. There has been some good like what
I
is it
know the
called again?
Japanese are big into the horror movies too.
Oh yeah, I mean America started to basically just do those like The Ring and stuff like that.
Copy them. Yeah.
The Grudge is actually also from Japan originally. But yeah,
Yeah.
and with them Hollywood cinema, there's been some good ones these past years. But it's like Blumhouse has been making some what is it called again? What is it with?
House.
It's called B something. B.
Let's see.
There's that one director there, and he's just hits gold every time. It's pretty
So
good.
Blumhouse.
Yeah,
I've not heard of it.
but it's not a movie. It's a studio.
Oh
Um,
really? Oh okay.
yeah, it's called B something.
I
One
know the
moment.
Blumhouse.
Yeah, honestly doesn't
Blumhouse.
matter. We can like check
Truth
every
or
time.
Dare?
What was that? What was that?
No.
Sorry.
They did one called Truth or Dare.
Yeah, but we don't do that. That's basically another PG-13 horror movie.
Oh, is it really?
They might have,
Oh.
Brothers might have done that because they have like these Oscar-winning movies, right? It's actually also horror movies, which haven't really happened
Yeah.
since Silence of the Lambs.
Mm.
But they're just doing it, especially that one director. He just keeps fucking killing it. Um, and
Oh,
so
okay.
also like such weird premises, but his cinematography is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Which I guess it's not him. It's probably got a guy for that. But yeah, it seems like yeah he has a certain style and it just fucking work and it's gorgeous to look at.
Yeah.
As a
I remember watching Silence of the Lambs ages ago and then rewatching it now. It's just still a scary film, I think.
yeah, all the sequels they're like they're fine, but they're not like that first one. And it's
No.
actually not even the first one. There's actually a movie before that.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
it's and I think it's isn't it Michael Mann that did it? The guy also directed Predator and Die Hard 1
Oh,
and
wow.
3. I think
I didn't
so.
know he did one before it.
What is it called? Let's see, Die Hard. I can find the director.
You're talking about the one with Anthony Hopkins in there, right?
No, that's actually not the first one
Oh.
with Hannibal Lecter anyway. Oh, John McTiernan, is that it? Oh, I'm remembering that wrong. Let's see.
What date is this?
Either it's Michael Mann or I just have the.
80s?
I think it's 86.
86.
Okay, so it's not the Die Hard guy, but I think it's Michael Mann, another director that just did something stupid and. Hmm, what is it called?
Jonathan Demme?
What? No, I don't think so.
Jonathan? No?
Did I
No.
just write Michael? I'm wrong. I think it's Michael Mann. It's what is it called? The food? No, that's the person for. It doesn't matter. Again, I don't have to be so fucking precise with me or stupid autism.
It's your
Um,
brain.
I mean, I just feel like I always have to be so clear. But it's
Don't
basically from
worry.
'86, and it's a completely different actor that plays him. But yeah, it's supposed to be
Is it
good.
called Silence of the Lambs? Is it called that?
No, 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 because again, that's a sequel. It's called. It's not The Fugitive because that was Harrison Ford. It's. Oh, I actually watched it.
You did? Oh wow. Crazy boy. To be
uh,
fair, to anyone who doesn't know that Beast watches so many films.
you.
That's why he has those two TVs. He watches two at the same time,
Yeah, I'm
so he
like
can get
dual,
bored all
dual,
the time.
dual wielding.
He's got like one eye on this one, one eye on the other
Yeah,
one.
like a chameleon.
Yeah, he does
Uh,
stuff at the time.
so, how long is it ago since you watched Silence of the Lambs?
The first time I watched it was like, oh, must have been 2000 and I was pretty young, I think.
He
I think
says,
first
yeah.
time, first time I watched it was 2007.
I have like an ongoing joke with myself and Rory that he looks like a 12-year-old, which is why I think that's very funny when he says that.
But I think I watched it like 4 months ago. It's a great film.
Oh, really?
I,
Okay.
I, I could watch it again and again and again.
Oh, I mean, I used to have
Just
it
because
on.
the
Yeah.
acting is amazing in it.
Oh, yeah. Anthony Hopkins is so good. It's
Yeah.
I can really not get
And
enough of
Jodie.
him.
No.
Jodie Foster.
Just all the, like the sounds he makes and stuff. Oh, it's so creepy. Yeah. He fits so naturally into this role. It's too scary.
Well, with some beans and some. I cannot make that voice. With some beans and a nice
Yeah.
Chianti, I believe he says.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chianti. Um, but no, I feel that's just like a really raw one. There's not too much like crazy special effects or anything that spoils it. I think that's the problem with a lot of horror movies now, is they use way too much like special effects when if it's just really raw and real, it feels a lot more scary.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Fun fact: when that movie won all the Oscars that year, Silence of the Lambs in '92,
Yeah.
that was when they started referring to some movies like thrillers.
Oh
Because
really?
yes, because the Oscar people are like super snobbish, and they could not have like a horror movie win it, even though like in '72, I believe it was with The Exorcist,
Yep.
that they also won all the Oscars that year. But so they started calling it it's a thriller. It's like
Oh.
it's a psychological thriller. Oh, what do you call that? I ask. Well, psychological, I guess it's because it does a chemical reaction in your head and it makes you scared because it's a horror movie. Fucking hell.
That's brilliant.
So yeah,
Um,
that's the only. So I try to explain this to other people. Like, no, they say no, it's a thriller. No, they just made it up. Yeah, that's actually true.
um,
That's when they started doing that.
is that the
Uh,
scariest? What's it like the scariest film you watched?
I mean, if you just take like the pure fear scale, that's what also 3 minutes as a kid, I guess, with that movie.
Really?
But
Yeah.
I mean, yes, because it had such an impact on me. But if I'm gonna
What's like the
take,
one that makes you, like check your room and stuff, like check underneath the bed?
I mean, I mean, if you guys that's gonna take like the last 10 years, the scariest movie I've seen,
Yeah.
I think it follows.
It
Uh,
follows. I
yeah,
need to watch the film then.
it's
I need to see it. I'm gonna make another note.
but again, I'm making extra hard for myself always, like, and make everything dark and till I can't do it anymore. And I'm like alone when I watch it. A lot of people
Yeah.
these days, they don't know how to watch movies anymore when they're at home. They just movies is basically something that's in the background like music, and then you
Yeah.
just talk and blah 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 blah. And that's actually for them
Ah.
watching a movie, and you will never ever like we really just disappear into the movie.
Hmm.
Um, I
I
actually
used
had
to have movie nights with my friends as well, and if they talked, I would like stare at them. I was like, "What are you doing?"
oh, thank you. I had a friend. I mean, I'm like that as well these days, and I had a friend that was like that as a kid. It's like during Die Hard we started to talk. It's like, oh my god, you wrote the best part. You have to go back. That's when he says yippee motherfucker. No, it started. Come to the party, have a few laughs with the lighter in the Vents. But yeah,
Oh, that's brilliant.
yeah. But yeah, don't talk. I mean, watching a movie or in the cinema. I love
No,
going to the cinema, but
yeah.
people keep talking around me. I went to see the last Avengers movie twice, and I both time ended up with a girl next to me just sat there and talked. And when he didn't sit and talk the first time, the first girl, she like pointed. And that it was super annoying.
All these girls sitting down next to you, Beast. The fact you Beast? Question mark.
I mean, maybe that's trying to get my attention, all right. But please don't, please don't, please don't.
Not while I'm watching my
You,
film
you
that
will
I
not
paid
get
for.
you will not win my beastly heart that way. Absolutely not.
What was the last movie you saw, Beast?
The
Like in
la
general.
What did I watch yesterday? I watched. What did I watch? Oh, I watched. Watching that was a series, The Boys. I guess the last movie I watched was uh the new Keanu Reeves thing, which is
Ten.
called yeah, Bill and
Ten?
Ted's Bogus. No,
Uh,
Bill and Ted's Faces the Music or something like. Yeah,
Bill and
that,
Ted Face the
there's
Music.
a third one out, and it's like it went straight to streaming, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's very weird though. It's a good movie, and it's a good
Mhm.
Bill and Ted movie, but Keanu Reeves he cannot fall back into that role, as in he's not that character anymore, and
He knew too much action.
no he's just it seems like to me that he's just a completely different person now. And it's not like he
Right.
needed the money. He basically
Yeah.
him and the other people that's making it they've been trying to do this for 10 years.
Right.
But when he's like he can barely smile in the movie, and that was like a big thing. I just rewatched the first two one from the 80s and 90s, and he's like this
Hmm.
super like charming, bit stupid but likable, smiling guy, and he cannot pull off a smile for the life of him. It's
Really.
yeah it's
He's been playing mysterious roles, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, also in interviews, he's like just a super chill guy. He's known to
Yeah.
be like super zen, and it just seems like he cannot challenge not challenge but channel that role
Yeah.
anymore. And I guess that he discovered that while filming because he made the movie. And again, it's by no means a bad movie or a bad uh, Bill and Ted movie, but he is the weakest part.
Right.
It still works, but yeah, it's a bit too bad. And
So it wasn't one of the best ones that
no, no, it's
you've
fine.
seen.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just pointing out that it's so noticeable that he cannot like do that role anymore because he's just a completely different guy. Even though he's an actor and he could just act, I guess, but not that one, I guess.
Are you more a fan of like action or like comedy films?
For me, it
What
doesn't
would you
really.
choose?
I mean, the thing is, my two favorite movies these days are both some of the best action movies that have ever been made.
Yeah.
Um, but they're also very good movies.
Right.
But choreography like that's seen there, well, in the Raid movies, is just so beautiful, and the story and the acting on top of that is amazing as well.
Okay.
But to me, it doesn't really matter if it's. I mean, I stay away from comedies these days, I guess.
Yeah.
But in the end, it doesn't really matter. I don't have a favorite genre. I just want a good movie.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What
Rory.
yeah, with movies, what kind of movies do you prefer? Action or whatever?
Hmm. Um. Nowadays, I really like serious movies nowadays, or like I know that you're gonna hate, or like a thriller or a good thriller.
Sure, even though it
Something,
doesn't exist, but
something.
go on.
No, not a psychological thriller, just a thriller.
No, no, it's the same thing. They just add the psychological as well. It's just a horror movie. There's no more, no less.
One that I watched was Nightcrawler. Have you seen Nightcrawler?
Oh yes, I
I
mean
love that film.
Gyllenhaal is amazing at it.
He's at his peak. That's I feel like his peak right there is so good.
I mean,
Honestly, one of the best films I've ever seen.
he lost weight to do that role. This is basically
Yeah,
why his eyes and his face look the way it is because it's just nothing but skin basically. That's
Just the way that his role throughout the whole kind of movie changes, just amazing. It's
but
crazy.
it's actually interesting because he's. I'm not sure if he might be autistic or somewhere on the
Yeah,
spectrum or something because he cannot really. He's basically faking being a human with the way he's
yeah.
acting and everything and the way he approaches problem solving when he
Hmm.
does his thing. Um,
You get that kind of vibe from not just the actor, not I mean not just the character, but the actor as well. I know what you mean.
yeah.
It's not just not just him playing the character. I feel like you're right. He's kind of
Oh, you mean?
maybe in his own life.
Oh, you just mean as I have absolutely no idea about that. I was purely talking about the character.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think he's like that in real life too. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? I don't know. I haven't seen that much of him. Not really.
Mm,
No. Um, I honestly don't know. He might be.
yeah. I feel like that might be in my top 10 films.
Yeah.
One of my top 10 films, just because I've watched it so many times and I still find it enjoyable each time. It's also a really creepy film.
Oh yeah. It's
The way he portrays his character and like the portrays media, it's really creepy.
there's that one scene where the car accidents and
Yes. Oh
he
my God.
and he starts dragging the bodies to like so it looks
Yep.
better. And for me, it just feels like you could just feel like the spine cracking while he does that, right? Because you
Oh.
just know you're not fucking supposed to do that.
But you see a smile on his face and you're like, oh my goodness
Yeah,
me.
Jesus.
What a lunatic. But you almost kind of come to like him by the end of the film,
I
just
can't.
because he's kind of gone up against all the odds.
I can't even remember the ending.
Maybe it was just me.
I mean, the thing is, I can't remember the ending, so I cannot give you an answer on that or my take on
He
that.
just becomes more successful. I mean, becomes successful, I guess,
Yeah,
even though everyone doubted him and looked at him really strangely.
that
Also, the way he is with what's the actor's name? The female actor in that film, the older lady.
that is it's the producer, right?
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
one, the producer.
I cannot remember her name, but yeah, I remember.
Just the way he is with her is really creepy. Anyway, what about let's see, what else have I got here? Some different kind of things. Who's your favorite actor or actress? That's a nice one,
See,
but also very difficult.
I've been asked that like at least one podcast, and I didn't have an answer then. I don't know why I
Who,
can't remember my favorite actor these
are
days.
you drawn to like the character or the actor? Is as long as they can play like a really good character.
I mean, how do you mean exactly?
So some
Because that
people watch films
uh,
because they like the actor and the way that they play roles, or is it just purely on like how the characters are portrayed? Have I lost
I mean,
these?
no, no. The thing is that if it's only on like the character, then it can only like be linked to one movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
whereas the actor like several movies. But yeah, that just confused
Hmm.
me.
Is there one particular that you like really watch a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much into Ryan Gosling these days.
Okay, Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling. Okay,
in
I like him.
what is also become. I guess I have three favorite movies these days actually. The Guest
Hmm.
and Raid 1 and 2 was that's gonna count as one,
Yep.
and the new Blade Runner movie.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I've seen the new Blade Runner.
You
I
have
love
to,
the old one,
and
but
and
I haven't seen the
and
new one.
for the love of God, watch it on an actual screen and not a stamp.
Not a star.
No more
Why can I
watching
watch it
good movies on a
on my
phone or
phone?
on a plane.
Why? So
Only
much
things
space.
movie wise you should be watching on a plane is Snakes on a Plane.
Oh wait, no wait. I may have seen it.
It's
I
fantastic.
may have seen it.
A very good friend of
Oh,
mine.
my God, the trailer started playing. What
What?
the hell?
Oh,
Sorry, the trailer started playing for it.
there
Carry
was
on.
no sound in here. It's fine.
Okay.
Um, a friend of mine said to me that he said it's basically the best Hollywood movie ever made, the most Hollywood and best Hollywood movie ever made, and he's right about that. It's fantastic, and it's also made by my favorite director, which I
Yep.
cannot pronounce his last name. I'm pretty sure it's French, but his first name is Dennis with one N.
Dennis. Well, I mean,
With one N, and I love that because again, going back to my very good friends, I've told her in the past that Dennis's in movies, they just fucking suck every time. I dare you to find a good Dennis
A good
that
Dennis.
is not the actor's name, real name.
Uh, I can't even think of one for
No,
you,
I
so you
mean, I
prove your
mean the
point.
fat guy from the first Jurassic Park movie. That's a Dennis that just shuts down the whole park and sells out and all that. And it just keeps happening. And there was a movie yesterday. I can't even remember what it's called, but it was again just some dumbass guy named Dennis, and it's just happening. But then finally, there's someone movie related that also happens to be my favorite director now. Dennis. He's
Yeah.
been making some very good movies. He's actually making what is it called? The next Dune.
Oh, really?
Yes. And it's not like
Ooh.
that first movie didn't have a good director. It had a fantastic director. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. That's gonna be bueno
Is
because
that come out this year?
I mean, it's Corona. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. I would
Ooh.
assume that it would have come out next year, but because of Corona, maybe 22. I'm sure no one knows for sure right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they've started filming some of it, right?
And then stopped, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
so
That's
yeah,
gonna be amazing. That's gonna be amazing.
but yeah, he's.
Do you just like download your films one by one,
I
or do you
mean,
just
I
like
mean, I mean, I pay for all my movies, you thief.
yeah, you still download them though, right?
Guess what do you mean? What's the?
I mean, do you like just watch one by one, or do you like get a big bank of them and then go through all of them?
I have like, how much do I have now? 54 plus 28, so that's 64, 72 terabytes worth of storage. Where like 50 of it,
Nice.
like 53 of that is like purely just filled with movies.
Ah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
He's the bank. He's the architect. Do you like? Have you watched all of them so far? Then on that on
like
like.
the vast majority.
Oh my
I
goodness
have
me.
like maybe 9 terabytes worth of movies that haven't been watched either because I might never. It's just because it's 4K, so I just get it. I want
Oh,
if it's come out in 4K, I just get it, and if I watch it. If I don't, I just move along, and then maybe in 10 years I watch
biggest
it, right?
flex ever.
No,
Biggest flex ever was
I don't
4K
feel like
TV.
that's a flex. I just important to me after I got a good TV and a good Blu-ray
Yeah,
player. Then I just also want like the best picture I can
best
possibly get because
quality.
I did pay
Yeah,
money for that, right? And
yeah,
I'm paying even more money like to get like the best quality I can get. So I don't really watch
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah.
Um,
Can you not get 4K on Netflix now?
yep, that's not 4K though.
Or is it streamed 4K, so
Now,
it's not quite?
they claim it's 4K, but it's actually closer to a Blu-ray.
Oh, really?
As in a full
Why is
HD
that?
Blu-ray. It's somewhere between a full HD Blu-ray and 2K
Okay.
because
It's like trying to get it to your screen. I don't know.
no, it's basically just it's cheaper for them and easier for people to watch it because of bandwidth.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Okay.
and it's
That's a shame.
slowly getting there. I hear the latest Mulan is has a pretty good HDR as far as I know. A good picture.
I mean, I
Uh,
only watch on stamps, so I can't say anything.
yeah, I mean, once it with Ant-Man, I guess.
I mean, if the film's good enough, it doesn't matter. If the film is good enough, I can watch anything.
Yeah, that sounds like oh you're super open, but no, you just again you're not getting the experience story.
No, but The Godfather, I can watch The Godfather on anything.
Yeah, but you should only watch it on a TV at the very least.
Nah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was even some directors that went out and said, please stop watching our movies on phones because it's not good. We made it for a big screen. There's
Yeah.
one of the things why it's a lot of directors is mad that the movie's gonna go straight to streaming right now, and even before then they touch on it, is that they literally
Mhm.
shoot the movie to be shown in a cinema. It's a
Yeah.
specific way that you just can't get it in the living room or on your phone or on an airplane on a low res monitor, Rory.
Yeah.
Um,
I,
so they're
I'm
literally
trying to think
made for
of
that.
the last thing I watched. I was trying to think of which one the last one I watched in the cinema. It was quite an odd film as well. Oh, what was it? I need to try and find out. What was the last one you watched in cinema, Beast?
Tenant. I
What was
just
it? Oh, yeah, you
yeah.
told me.
Uh, First of all, I was very tired when I went in to watch that.
Yeah, I think you got the full out of it.
No, it's a very hard movie to follow as well, and it's actually, as far as I can tell, a movie that's been made so you actually need to watch it twice
Yeah.
because it's not the first movie that's been like that. I mean, even one of his Christopher Nolan's first success, Memento, it's kind of like that,
Hmm.
where you get a lot more out of it when you see it the second time. This one though, I could. They don't really explain things that much, which also is a running theme with him, like
All right.
Inception. I can make a hot take on that as well. Um,
Don't like it?
I'll get to that. Um, but I can honestly don't not say if things weren't clear enough or there needed to be more because I was so tired. So I got the general idea, but I couldn't make the math in my head with the logic.
Right.
Um, but it seemed fine. I mean, it felt like if I'd had more energy at that point, I would have been able to get something that many of the other people that have been complaining about it didn't, because I have a general idea with how it's time travel and how things work with you,
Yeah.
with the butterfly effect and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I need to watch that again.
Hmm.
But it seemed fine, and it even shot some of it in Denmark.
Oh, really?
Oh yes,
Oh,
it's a very deserted part of Denmark. It's on the island called Sealand, but way down south. So if you, Copenhagen is up top right, basically on that island.
right.
If you just keep going down, 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 you come to like an area where there's basically 3 hours to the train to Copenhagen, if not more,
Yeah.
and it's all just farmers and stuff like that. And that's basically where it films with some windmills. Um, so yeah, it didn't seem like they had to go to Denmark to film, but they went there, so good for them, I guess. Um,
I need to watch it. I need to go watch it.
no,
I need to go to the cinema. The cinema
it
experience is
actually
nice.
you should, if unless you're too afraid of COVID-19, then you should go support that movie in the cinema
Yeah.
because it needs it.
D- ho- I'm guessing cinemas are different now anyway.
I
It's probably like
mean,
less people.
in the cinema I was in, you're not allowed to, unless you're only allowed to sit right next to the people you come with. So you like pick your
Yeah.
seats, and then you go in and pick that seat, and whoever the other people had to like get a seat in that general area. There had to be like at least one seat between me and them,
Yeah.
which if it was only like that always, I would be very happy.
I think I'll go and watch that maybe.
To be fair, they didn't actually talk this time, but probably because they just couldn't figure out what was going on.
I'm just gonna figure out what's going on. Just didn't say anything.
Someone behind me sighed a lot once the movie was over.
Oh
He uh,
no.
he didn't see. I assumed he just didn't care for the movie because he didn't get it. And chances are that it's a bad movie that you don't get. I honestly don't know. It didn't seem like that, but I don't have 100% answer
No.
on my opinion on that.
Who is the actor? Who's the main actor in it?
I actually don't know.
What's his name?
I mean, there's
I recognize him on the poster, but I don't know his name.
I know one of them, which I just had, and I
Yeah.
lost it again now. The guy from Kick-Ass, not the guy who played Kick-Ass. He's all grown up
Oh,
now. Alan Taylor or something like that.
yes. Oh,
Stuff.
Patterson. Patterson. The guy from
The bear?
the guy from Twilight, right? No.
Oh yeah, of course. Robert Pattinson. Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
God, I was so tired when I watched that movie. Oh yeah, he's in it.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard someone talking about him. I was like, wait, what? He's playing in it?
and
I
and
was a big fan of him, but we can watch it.
and he has like a thick British accent, although he's faking it. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Is he
Oh,
is he good in it?
yeah, he's basically Jordan Lethal Hewitt or whatever he's called in Inception.
Mm.
It
The
felt
boys, the
like
boys.
basically the same character for me, but, which I approve of because he was very good. It was a very good actor, character. I
Where's
loved him.
Christopher Nolan from? Is he American guy? American
I'm
um
I'm not even sure. He might be.
Christopher. The Beast's biggest fan.
No, no, that's
Oh, I
Dennis.
recognize him. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at Dennis at some point as well that you were talking about. Anyway, what else have I got on here for the Beast? Ooh, did you used to rent DVDs? Uh, mm,
I did.
do you remember? Do you remember like before? Was it called Netflix still? Where you could actually like get them straight to your door?
I mean, that was Netflix. That's how it started. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, we used to get them to our door. I
I mean,
remember it.
we had a Blockbuster in Sunnerbo when I lived there.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I feel like it was not nice having like the physical like copy of it
sure.
in your house.
I mean, I felt like that's at one point as well, but right now I like all my space. It's
Yeah,
yeah,
that is true.
I don't need that anymore. It's not
No.
super important to me. I need that with console games, but it's only
Mm,
because I do not approve of them trying to make everything digital. Because
yeah.
that, first of all, you can't trade it in, and you can't let people borrow it, and they always try to make it. Oh, if you do this, we will pass on the savings to you, but they
Oh,
don't. I mean,
yeah.
well, Epic is one example of it. They made their own game store, always complained, make these arguments, and then they made their own game store, and it's still $60. So go fuck yourself.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and I don't buy the whole complaint. Like also with the developers make games are too expensive to make. Now they need to be $70 in this day. It's like no, because
Nah.
you're making more money ever because more people are playing ever. It's
Yeah.
surely that's adds up, and
The same with consoles though. I feel like the consoles they bring out are extortionate for what they are. Like gaming consoles.
how do you mean the what? Sorry,
I feel like gaming consoles that they bring out are extortionate for what they actually are.
I don't know that
When you
word.
look at
What
extortionate are so like way too expensive for what they actually are.
really? Because I
Yeah.
cannot believe how they.
Like I mean, like,
You
I'm
think
not
so?
not the Switch because I think the Switch is
No,
actually
but
a
still,
ridiculously.
like the rumors are with the new Xbox is gonna be like $500, and that's like a graphics card in my computer.
Yeah, but is it a good
It seems for what you get, right? Being able to play 4K, 60 frames for $500. That
60 frames?
I mean, with the new console, not the former ones, the new ones.
Okay,
Yes, that seems very fair to me.
60 frames though.
I mean, 4K, yeah. I mean, they even like talk about 8K, but that's not gonna happen. But 4K at 60 frames because they get much closer to the hardware and architecture. Absolutely, yeah. I believe.
Okay, fair
Uh,
enough.
um, what was I gonna say? But yeah, I don't think $500 is, which is what's 360 pounds, 320 pounds, something in the yeah for pounds.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
seems fine for a capable machine that can play games. Because again,
Mm,
that's my graphics card alone.
right, yeah, I guess. But you can play games on that for what? How many years
I mean, with my graphic card or the console.
with a graphics card?
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna.
Consoles are changing every like
I
two
mean,
3 years, right?
uh, it's that's actually a long question because people are used to that it's every 8 years because that's what the time it took between the PlayStation 3 and 4, and all
Yeah.
the kids only grew up with that, right? It's actually more like between 5 and 7 years.
Right.
If you go long enough back. But right now, the trend is new console every 8 years, and then
Right.
like a pros upgraded one in between after 3 years. Seems to
Okay.
be the thing.
Okay. I was
And
just thinking that you don't get much worth out of it. Maybe you would.
it seems to me like you do for $500. Yeah.
Maybe because I'm a PC, I play PC now, so maybe I just think that I can do all these things on PC, and I've got other utilities I can use on it.
I mean, I'm gonna
So
switch out my graphics card before like I do that every like I was supposed to do that every 2 years, but then Nvidia had no competition, and I refused to get the
yeah,
RTX 2000 series.
but you wouldn't need to do that if if you weren't running it at insanely high
I'm,
resolution, right?
my graphics card is hanging on by a thread. The guy that sold that to me second hand, he did not sell me a full function graphics card, but I never
Oh
noticed
no.
because I only played CS on it. And as soon as I went into
Yeah.
like Halo, that was just pixel 8s everywhere. It was very weird.
Really? Oh
Yes,
no.
yes, it was very weird to me. And that was like that's been
What?
like with some of the weapons. If I look at my weapons in the menu in CS, that
Yeah.
sometimes a color looks weird. And when I start up my computer, and when it shows like a motherboard there with the text, the text is
Yep.
there's some pixelated graphics around it that's gray. That was like
Oh
the first
no.
giveaway.
I thought you got your things new.
Oh yes, everything beside my graphic card with I planned.
The
I think I'm gonna upgrade that. I was first I thought I was gonna do it here this month, but I was like, you know what? Competition from
yeah.
AMD it might come as early as next month.
Yeah.
Even though they can't beat them, they can still like make them lower the price. And then like Black Friday and Cyber Monday is like 2 months away, 2.5 months away. So it seems to me, if I'm not in a hurry, I might as well just wait a little bit longer.
Wait till then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then all the reviews are gonna be out, and we're gonna have an understanding on what you get for your money and which specific card is good and whatever. And I will also get hopefully a good deal by then because again Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
I might get a TV then at that point.
Please let me help you, please. I
No,
beg
because
you.
you'll maybe get this insane
No, no, no.
TV
I'll
with like
just make you get a proper functioning TV because first of all, you don't know how to do it yourself, which leads you with the only option going to a store, and they are not there to help you. But your buddy
yeah.
Beast, he's right here, and he want to help you so much. And you don't need to go OLED because I would only want you to buy an OLED. You can also get insurance where it covers burn-in.
Burning? Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I will help you get a banger Sony LCD TV. I'll do that.
Okay, okay. Maybe I'll treat myself. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see. I have got like a nice space like at the end of my bed. I'm not going to show right now, but like on the wall, I could put it either on the wall
Mm.
or I have got a stand for a TV in the chimney, which is a bit sketchy, but we could do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, what's the sketchy part? You have a sketchy stand, as in
No,
the
no, no, no,
table.
no, no. The stand isn't sketchy, but it's in the
Okay.
chimney, and I need to get the chimney blocked
What?
off.
How are you Santa? Why is it in the chimney?
If it no, if it rains like really heavy, I guess it might like come down the chimney.
Okay. Let's just hang it on the wall. It doesn't sound like something you mess with. Just leave Santa alone and just.
Yeah, I'll just hang it on the wall. Yeah, maybe that'll work.
Okay, so the rain gonna come down the chimney and it might ruin the wall that it's hanging on. The TV will fall down.
Yes. Yeah.
How mushy is that? How mushy is
This
that
is
wall? But I'm just thinking about all the deaths that's inside that wall. It will soon die off because all this fungus. Is that what they call it? Fungus?
no, no, no. It's not even. Yeah, yeah. To be fair, it's what they call it. But I don't know if it's still blocked up or not. So we got to know, and then I can put it in there.
I mean, I'm just imagining right now going to a wall. It's like super squishy, and my hand just pushes through, and it's just all
And
black, and it
Santa's in
just
there, just
goes up my
trapped
hand
in
like.
there.
"Ah!" That's a
Santa drags you in. He's like, "Help
no,
me,
no,
please."
no, no, no. I'm supposed to. I'm feeding you to the wall. It's making me do this.
No, it's not that quite that squishy, but I think I just have to take care when I'm doing it. We'll see.
yeah,
I want to look at TVs now. Now you've said this, I want to look at TVs, but
yeah,
it's not.
we have to do that later. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I will
Sweet.
absolutely help you on Black Friday. Um, yeah, you basically just need a site where uh, all the somewhere a pretty site that put all the good bargains in there, TV wise and whatever,
Furries. Yeah.
and then you could just swish go there.
Swish, swish, swish.
Although I
Um.
did look at British TV's prices yesterday because I just helped a very good friend in England put
Oh yeah.
together a computer. That's actually buying the parts for today. So he's
Oh
probably
nice.
panicking right now because if he's not sure if it's the right one.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's okay.
They're quite
Uh,
expensive in UK, I feel like.
oh yes, it
No?
seemed like the price was like double compared to Denmark. And Denmark used to be like the
Yeah.
most expensive places for like things like that. But then we got a new like electronic store chain, and then there came competition, and now they just fight over scraps. Just we just want to sell something. So everything is super cheap, and I love it.
Maybe I just buy it in your country and then you ship it to me.
I mean, now that you're not in the union anymore, I don't think it's gonna be as smoothly as you might
Oh
think.
yeah,
Yes,
it
there
might be
might
a
be some
bit more
taxes and whatever
expensive.
there. Um, is there anything else movie wise that you
Oh,
wrote down or anything?
let me see. Let me look for my little list.
Mm-hmm. You're checking it twice.
We got.
There's a
Oh, sorry.
killer in the chimney. He's not nice. Na, na, na.
Um, favorite things. What's your do? No. What do you? No, 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 no. I've done a lot of these already. Some of
It's
these ones
okay.
we've kind of gone over.
It's okay.
Um, have you ever seen?
Do you wanna build a snowman?
Um, what's the experience of seeing a film like in your country? Is it different to mine? That's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
How do you mean?
So,
Like the movies we
so
make?
are they in Danish?
Oh no,
Do you movies
we
in Danish?
use we don't synchronize. We use subtitles,
Oh, really?
which is actually a downfall for me in the movies because so good at
Yeah,
English.
because you understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I cannot stop reading the subtitles because it's just burned into my soul.
I think
So
the subtitles are like a really bad match as well.
and I tried really to fight it this time, but it just kept happening. Especially because they're so big, right? I can't really ignore
Yeah,
them
yeah. I was
in
gonna say.
the cinema. So that's annoying. But then again, I also
How much did it cost to go in for you?
I
What'd
mean,
you film?
I hate the guy that lives near me because he's a major prick. One time, I took the bus for 45 minutes to go all the way to that large little beastie mouse, city mouse, went there. and it just happened on that day. I was the only one who like bought a ticket. So when I came there,
Uh-oh.
this little teenager told me, "Well, sorry, we don't show the movie with only one coming. If two is coming, sure, because that makes all the difference apparently."
Wait,
Uh,
what? You were the
yeah,
only person going?
it's yeah. And I was like, okay, fine. Are you gonna pay for my bus that I took all the way here? I'm like, no, we don't do that. I figured. Luckily, like these two people that hadn't like ordered a ticket in advance came, and they all said fine, then we could do it. But they were literally gonna fucking tell me to leave just because there wasn't this one other person. Like fuck off. That's not gonna change
That's so
anything.
stupid.
Eat a
Yeah.
dick. Just gobble it up. Just a bouquet of it. Just nom.
That would have been awesome if you were just in the cinema on your own. That'd be so good.
I mean, I would love being in cinema all by myself. It's yeah.
Right, standing right in the middle in this big recliner.
What is that? Nothing like it. No sound. Oh, because
How much did it cost though to get to watch a movie in Denmark?
140 and so that's you have to take
Like
yeah
£7?
take away 15% from 140, which I guess is 14 and seven and a half.
Uh,
So like
17
115 move
pounds.
in that cinema. That's a whole reason why I try to explain that he's a super prick. So it shouldn't be that
Right,
expensive, but it
right.
is. But yeah, so it's like 120, £12. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes, it is. He's
That's
not.
steep. That is
Yeah, it
steep.
is. I mean, I might as well just buy the movie at that point, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's crazy. What the
though
hell?
when I go to, I often go to like Copenhagen to like get the biggest because they literally have like the two biggest screens in the whole of North of Scandinavia there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, like
we
IMAXs
use
or something.
they call it Cinemax here, but it's the same.
Yeah.
Um, I'm pretty sure it's the same company that owns it as well. It must be. Um, so, but there, I go, I order my tickets, and then I
Yeah.
order way up in the front where it's cheapest. So that's like £7.5, right?
Okay. Yeah.
If not a bit less, probably actually a bit less. Yeah, it's like £7.
Yeah.
And then I just sit wherever I want. And I can like look at my phone. Okay, these seats are all taken. I'll just sit there at like the most expensive one because everyone's gonna pay for them. It just sits there for free, so I just sit
Yeah.
there. So I get in for like half price. It's I like that.
Nice.
Nice.
Also, popcorn is absolutely extortionate here. You go
Oh,
and buy popcorn. It's
No,
so
no.
expensive.
First of all, my artist is not good for me, so I won't be able. There's a good chance I won't really enjoy the movie as much because my heart is just pounding away.
What snacks do you bring then?
If I bring any, I
Carrots.
usually bring something like M&Ms with peanuts inside them
Ooh,
because they don't make all the sound in the world, either when I'm
and they're
taking
so
it or
tasty.
when I'm chewing them. Because if you eat
Yeah,
popcorn, you can barely hear what they're saying. It's
it's true.
so
I
yeah.
love peanut M&Ms. Okay, I'm a big fan. I
But
respect peanut M&Ms.
there are so many calories in the popcorns from the cinema though, and
Yeah,
I don't feel so good about them, and it's very pricey. So that's it's very rarely I
yeah,
do that.
it's literally more expensive here to get the popcorn than it is to get the ticket for the movie. I swear.
Yeah, it's if you go like a dad and two children, it just adds up so fast.
Yeah, I need to go back. I'm gonna go back. You made me want to go back to cinema.
You should definitely go and try and do tenets.
Mm. You got any other questions or things you want to talk about?
Well, if there's anyone in the chat who has a question, you don't need to what is it called, call them out. But just if
No,
there's anyone there who got any
I see.
questions whatsoever, it can be like autism or movies or actually anything you want to. Now's is the time to do it.
Yeah, because then we can have a little chat with you, a bit of a
Mm.
converse.
But yeah, we just gotta keep talking, and then something pops up, we might answer it. Um,
Okay. I see some new names in chat that I haven't seen before, but it could just be
I saw one,
yeah.
but again,
It could just be a bot.
we're not supposed to call them out. It seems it's
No.
just leave them be. just, please don't leave.
Um.
One person.
What else have we got to talk about?
So,
Beast Arena.
oh yeah, I don't think I ever did the whole. I told you about I met this new friend, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We never did that.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
so
telling you, the intro for the first one. Too bad you weren't there, but it was so good, and then we
yeah.
just have to like kind of copy it. Uh, no, no, I have to stop my friend. See, my friend here is one I help with the
Yeah.
computer. He's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go for the 380 now," but he has a 1080 monitor. Just don't. Just I have to stop him. Luckily, it
Right.
hasn't
Stop
come
him.
out yet, so I literally cannot. I also told him not to pre-order it because it's
Do
stupid.
I know him?
No.
No. Oh,
This
it's
is
the
my
new
friend,
friend.
Rory. You can't have him.
No. No.
um,
No. I thought he might be from the group.
oh no. He was the guy I was supposed to go to at a wedding this year. That didn't happen because COVID.
Oh, COVID.
Uh,
A
so
wedding? Beast at a wedding?
I mean, I actually never been
Beast.
to.
Beast in a suit?
I've actually never been to a wedding before. I haven't. No one ever invited me.
You can come to my wedding if you want Beast.
What? What was
You
that?
can come to my wedding if you want
I mean,
Beast.
I thought I would be there regardless. What are you saying? Are we not gonna get married?
No, you're gonna be my best man. There you
I mean, I am the best man in general.
go.
Also, careful
um,
with joking with that because I might actually hope for that one day. And I'm sure you have like close friends in Britain. That's fine.
oh, what's happening?
What is happening? What is the thing that's happening?
I'm getting lots of emails all at once, and it's scaring me.
It's all it's all the advertisers. They want us now, Rory, with that
They
one
want, they
guy
want
watching. But yeah, as I was saying, basically what I skipped over, we were like in the beginning we talked about what had happened to us lately, and
Yeah,
for me things haven't been like super fun. But I
no.
happened to meet a very sweet girl called Lila, which is actually probably is one of them watching right now. Even though if it's not, I will hold it against her forever. uh, so you've been warned. Yeah, we just hit it off. It's nothing romantic, just purely friendship. We met up for beers. Coolest girl ever.
Nice.
And we sat there for like I think 6 hours and just drank and talked. And she even like bought me a mug afterwards. I actually get it. She's
Show me
like,
the mug.
she's so cool. I mean, not only like did she do that sit there drinking beer with me, because I love doing that.
I see.
She bought me this mug for the place as well, and I'm super happy with it. And the
Oh,
cool thing is, this it goes up to a half liter there, which means
like a
usually
tankard.
the thing is usually with the beer in Denmark or a glass in Denmark,
Yeah,
it like as soon as the foam comes, there's no more room, right? Because
yeah.
it's only have like just barely enough for the liquid itself. But this one, there's more space than I could ever ask for. and it's all
Oh
here
my
in
god,
this mug that he bought me.
that's perfect.
I'm super glad that she said yes to doing that.
You said you met her actually in Denmark walking around something, right? You didn't meet her. You didn't meet her online. That's what I mean.
Yes, I've met her on Tinder. Insert whatever joke you want here right now. Uh, but as I'm sure as a lot of people know that Tinder these days is not only used for the sexy time. I'm gonna do a weird joke, the sticky icky. Uh, no, it's also not just for people that's either something romantic as a goal, a relationship, or just friendship. And this one was friendship.
Yeah.
And we just hit it off. And she, even though she also have like me, she also have something she deals with and trying to come back to work and stuff like that. She decided to go with me there, and we could just both be ourselves and just joke around. What's funny though,
Yeah.
other than us being together because that was super funny, is that somebody asked me, "Why did you go to boarding school?" Which is a thing in Denmark. It's not what you typically think of a boarding school like in Britain, but it's basically just because
Posh beast.
no, that's not how it is at all. And I could become more and more red because damn it, why did I turn on the lights? But there we go. My Death Star is now open, which is
Nice.
this. This is before it was a ball, and
So
now
nice.
it's no more the Death Star. Uh, I guess that helps. Now I'm just more yellow, I guess.
You're fine, beast. Don't worry.
I need a new webcam, but whatever. Is that yeah? So if I translate it directly, it's called after school, but it's not like for the
Okay.
stupid kids. It's basically just
Oh,
like
I know what you mean.
it's like a 9th and 10th grade. You have the option to go there for a lot of money.
Yeah.
So uh, so yeah, it's basically just 9th and 10th grade. But then they like go to a school and you stay there with maybe like 100 other kids, and you just sleep
Right.
there, and it might be in the other way of the country. There's a ton of them to choose from, and they have a lot of these days. There's like a lot of like esports with it as well, or it could be
Oh, really?
um,
Like an academy.
one.
Like an
No,
academy.
no, it's basically just like a school you stay at.
Okay.
That's yeah, and so back when I
Hogwarts.
there's no wizards.
Aw.
No one's getting burned this year.
Oh,
um, No, it used to be like when I did it, the extra things there was like nature or what is it called, like football or just any form for
okay.
like sports at school. And these days I think that it's like but esports is like a thing that pops up. But I went to like a European one. But the
Wow.
thing is, she asked me which boarding school I was on. I went to two different ones, and the first one's like, damn it, I also went there. Which year was it? So it actually turned out we actually went to school together.
What?
Yeah, only
What?
for 6 months. So
That's crazy.
yeah, that's quite
Was
funny.
that, did she recognize you from it or not?
She recognized me because she asked a question
Yeah, I
specifically
was thinking
because of
like, why
that.
wouldn't she?
But it was like super calming for me because normally actually that would have made me panic a bit because oh my god, she knows me from way back when I wasn't super autistic and faked my way through life because I didn't know how to be human. But because we were I already been first of all already been open about my autism before even meeting her.
Yeah.
Uh, and then we seemed to be hitting it off so well. So it was actually quite comforting for me being with someone who actually knew me for back then. I could see like how I was now, what a massive change I feel like I've
Yeah.
taken. Uh, so yeah, that was fun. It was
Nice, man.
yeah, that was a pretty good time.
What did you get up to? Like, just drinking, having a nice chat?
The thing is, I don't I like sitting for a lot of hours, just talk and have beers, and I drink like very slowly. So I drink maybe like a half liter of beer every hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes or hour and a half, somewhere
Yeah.
between an hour and a half. Just sitting there, chill, talking. So yeah, we did that for 6 hours, and then I was supposed to take the bus back. And we walked over to the bus stop because it was like 800 meters away or something like that. That is in
Yeah.
real measurements, not whatever you call it. Because I'm a dick, apparently. um, so yeah, we kept like both watching over the shoulder because the bus could come like every second, any second, right? And we tried to
Right.
make it in time. As soon as it was like, oh, there's the bus stop, and then right when we said that, he just drove right past us. Oh, that's the bus.
Oh no.
So we ended up having to spend 2 more hours together. And already at that point, we were both like getting tired, and I was like relieved that I had a good time,
Yeah.
but okay, I was still getting tired. I could deal with going home. That would be nice for me, and the same for her
Yeah.
actually. But we had to spend 2 more hours together. But we were luckily near a beach, so we just sat there and talked. But we both just that's like very worn out at the end. We still had a good time and still talk. We were just both open about okay, we're both getting tired here, and that's fine. There's no need to worry about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I had a fantastic time.
Oh.
And yeah, it's just nice for me having someone here that I can actually have a good friendship with and actually relate and talk to.
Yeah.
Uh, that's relatively near, even though it takes me like 2.5 hours by bus to go there if I'm lucky. Yeah, it
Have you
sucks.
got a plan for another kind of day out?
Yeah, she's dealing with some things that which I'm not gonna call out here without her consent. But
Yeah. No. No.
she's
Yeah.
trying to go back to work, and uh, she's she would I'm sure she would love to see me. She just don't have the energy, and that's absolutely
Yeah.
fine. So yeah,
Yeah. Understandable.
so yeah, that's weird that that's
Nice. That's nice though. Nice that you've got someone there.
yeah. I mean,
A bit closer.
I've been dealing with my
Is she around
shoulders
your
and
age as well?
oh yeah, yeah, we're exactly the same age if I
Oh,
remember
there you
correctly.
go.
I'm pretty sure yeah we are. Like, at tops 1 year in between us tops, but I'm pretty sure we are at the same age.
23, yeah?
Sure, whatever.
Okay.
So, do you have
Um,
anything to close on? There's anything that's been going on in your life lately that you want to share,
um,
or have you been?
I became a tractor enthusiast.
Tr-
Um,
we should not go there. We should not
I'm
go there.
joking.
It's
I'm
good.
joking.
Let's just say
Oh.
that Rory and his prowess has been doing fine lately, and that's it. And it involved a tractor. And if you want to know more about that,
I was just gonna
tweet.
tell him all about the tractors, nothing else.
Sure, if you want to know it, tweet him at the things he still haven't put in, as far as I know, on the reels. I don't think you ever added your Twitter, even though you
Is it
said I don't think you did that. Not the last time I checked.
John Deere? John Deere made tractors. Sorry, I'm just checking.
Yeah, one day.
Um. Anyway, now I've got nothing else I want to add for now. But if you want to get in contact with me or the Beast,
Wow.
like he says, we have got our social media somewhere here.
No, you
You can
don't.
also,
I do. You don't because you said I'm gonna do that, and then you just never
the
did.
Beast, the Beast has his Twitter here, and I will have my Twitter there at some
Is
point.
my Twitter actually there?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
I do. I guess I do check that more often because I have to get like
Um.
Devil Walk all the compliments in the world these days because it's a bag of playing.
So if you ever need to have a little chat with us or you want to get in some info in, then yeah, come tweet at us or something.
Yeah, it does seem
I'm
like
sure.
more people click on this when we're offline and put it on YouTube and
Yeah.
Twitch. So if you have any questions, do it either in the comments on YouTube when it's put
Yep.
on there, or do it on the go. You have to go to the Twitch and find our Twitter and just ask whatever. Or
You're gonna have to forgive us. We are still very new to this, so if it comes
yes,
across as amateurish, then it is. That's facts.
yeah, and even though we might not be able to always set up like some, I can only speak for myself here, but I'm not
Yeah.
always as clear-minded. So
hmm
th-
I've got scissors in my hand for some reason. So I can't hide. So,
at some point you're just talking, yeah. That look
yeah.
beats what I have, and you just been ripping paper apart, doing a
Oh no!
thing at the
Look
same
what I did to
time.
the paper during this whole time. Look what
But
happened
I
to the
honestly,
paper.
I don't think that's ever gonna go away.
Look. Oh wait.
You
Hang
have to
on.
go
No,
into
this way.
camera.
This
Yes,
way.
oh
I cut it all up. I cut it
no.
all up.
I have something you need. I have some stuff that people with autism ADHD can sit with their hands with doing stuff like that.
I have some somewhere, but I have no idea where it's gone.
Go get your fidget spinner, 12-year-old.
Yeah, I need. Okay. Yeah, I think that's
But
everything for
yeah.
now, right?
Also, I think last thing I was gonna say, if any of you like have any suggestions or preferences to how
Yes.
we do this, because I realize there's a lot of madness going on with we suddenly go to one subject and then back and then suddenly now I remember something I should have said at the beginning. I just say it. if you very much despise that and want that change, we can try and put some energy into it. But if you like feel it's fine or charming or can
Yeah,
relate to it and it's fine with it, also let us know that. Or
yeah.
whatever your
People people
heart
got
want to
ideas
tell
for the
us.
podcast. We'd love to hear them.
Yeah, I mean, we are half winging it. We also have like things we write down, but it's right now I feel like it's two friends just having a good chat and
Yeah,
also talk about autism and ADHD and also willing to
not just
help.
two friends. It's everyone involved in the chat. So if you want to come in and be involved in that, then
Oh yes.
you can be part of the conversation. So that's the whole kind of
Yeah, see, that's what
thing. We're just
I would
chatting.
love. That I would love like people adding to the whole conversation, having like the
Yeah.
ultimate bromance, even though it's not girls also.
They can be a bro as well. We can all be bros.
Yeah, unfortunately, my experience is just sometimes women feel like they should just be quiet online because as soon as like a guy notices there's a girl there, they will immediately try to befriend them, like and look at their
Yeah,
profile or whatever. So if you're there at a girl and I'm not saying anything, I get it and it's fine. But you're more
yeah.
than welcome to say something as well.
Okay, I think that's nice.
Yeah.
I think we can end on that note. That's kind
All
of nice.
right. So we're gonna try.
Also, guys, we gotta remember, being nice is cool, guys. Being
So
nice
now
is
it
cool.
does make it super lame. Oh, can I please end it here? Someone, blah 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 blah. We try to do this one time a week. Bye, guys.